because I hate Jimmy Fallon. All right. I don't know if these knights will aggro from out here. If they do, that'll be annoying. And let's go deal with this guy. So the character shows actually has high dexterity, so he's really good with a bow. This shouldn't take as long. I equip the bow in the left hand. Hit LB to get it ready. Hold LB to aim. Walk out. Hold RB. Load. Let go to fire. We just want to kill this guy so he's not shooting us, but that's really not even it. He does this stupid dance where he buffs everything in his vicinity. All the bad guys, anyway. Oh god, Balder Knight, I forgot about those. Shit. Please put that away. Okay. This guy does not respawn. Just like the big giant person up here, so no matter how many times you come back in this room, he won't be back. I feel like messing with him too much. Weapons with big sweeping attacks are like ridiculously effective. You want to come up this step, these steps next. There's a Balder Knight on here. Not a lot of room to work, but if you can maybe get a heavy attack overhead, that'll be great. If you got a sweeping attack, like I say, they're effective, but in a hallway like this weapon's short enough where it's fine, but yeah, you can just bounce off. Shit, it doesn't even bounce off. Well, anyway, it can bounce off the wall and not do anything. So you may have backed out and taken him out here to fight him. That's obviously a strategy you can use. This part is deceptively difficult. You've got a few options. You can run straight through. Where we're trying to get is that room with the stairs right there. That's to like advance the game, I guess. But there's other things I might want to do, or I at least want to show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to bait these enemies into attacking. I'm going to go in and backstep. Sort of worked, sort of didn't. Shit. There's a lot of these guys. And like I say, they're weak, but ganged up like this, man, they can nail you, and they can nail you fast. I hope that lag doesn't make this video look too shitty. Okay. Here's the room that all those D-bags were in. First things first, we'll come over here. It's a dead end, but there's an item. It's a soul. You can roll through shit to break it for fun if you want. But then you're coming down here. It's going to be another Balder Knight. If you have issues fighting any of these things and you don't want to do what I'm doing, then just don't do it. But I haven't had too many problems with these guys, so I'm going to give it a go. Oops. See, that's what I mean about the roll. I tried to roll left, and he moved, so I ended up rolling right in front of him. And just got my timing off there completely, so we're going to have to edit the shit out of this. Okay, I respawned at this bonfire down here, and I went ahead and reversed my hollowing again, because I want to show one thing. Let's try to put that on instead of pants. That works. The more strength you have, too, the more your equip load increases, so at some point you may actually be able to wear all this and still have a regular roll. Nope, not yet. What about these shitty ones? It always helps to wear something. I wear nothing so that I can quickly avoid stuff, which is good, but at least having something on, a little bit of defense civ stat, increasing your defense a little bit, it works. I mean, it's feasible. It's a smart thing to do. It's mainly vitality, though. That's going to keep you alive when you take attacks. There's a few things to keep in mind, I guess. I guess it's worth mentioning. If you are... obviously, the roll has iframes. That's what it is. You're invulnerable during your roll. That's why it's efficient and smart to use that. But... for example, if you get attacked or like stabbed or anything while sprinting, it's actually going to do more damage than if you're just walking. So you just kind of want to pay attention to shit like that. Ouch. Should be using fire bombs and stuff. It would really help. So I might just lie to you blatantly, but that was a more efficient room clear, I think. So oops. Oh well. Let's go. Don't show your back to him. He can't backstab you, I don't think, but some enemies can. Alright, so this time we advance. After killing him, take to the top of the steps. Before, obviously, there's a thing we can do here. But before we do that, let's go to the left and around this bend. Break some tables out of the way. Roll into this. This guy's carrying something. He's holding. Wait a little bit, because the item takes a minute to appear. But that's just some more humanity, so that's good. Come up these stairs. If you found the master key, or you have the master key from the start.
Still human, are you?
You can open
Then
this guy.
I am in luck. Could you help me? As you...
He wants help. Blah, blah, blah. So we use the master key, let him out. Talk to him. Blah, 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 blah. He's going to appear in Firelink Shrine. I'm going to say, without trying to spoil anything, because that's... I don't want to spoil anything through my voice in this video, because this video is intended for my friends, specifically. But I guess anybody when they are stuck. This is what you do. I want people to look at this and just look at the segment you need to see, and then turn it off. If you want, I want you to try to get through it by yourself. If you can't, or you can't figure something out, that's when you watch this video, find out what you're doing wrong, or find out where you're supposed to go, and that's it. Anyway, after that, I think it was clear to see. Just rewind it. You saw where I went. Come up this ladder. We got a boss battle coming up. So this is the reason that I wanted to be in human form for this, to show you one of your options. In human form, you see these little letters everywhere. If you go over them, you see a nice looking fucking dude, because that is Solaire da Bomb. You can summon him. This is an NPC summon. If I was to be in this game, or my brother was to be in this game or something, in a level that is like somewhere, it's in some range that I don't understand, or I haven't even bothered to look at. If they're within range of you and they drop their summon sign right here, and I am human, I can walk to their summon sign and summon them into my game through online multiplayer. Obviously, you need Xbox Live for that. But if you don't have it, you can still bring in these guys, NPCs. They'll summon. Step back, wait a minute till he comes in. Obviously, connecting to multiplayer and stuff will take a little longer than an NPC summon. But keep in mind a few things when you bring in NPC summons, or any kind of summon. The boss's overall health, or their total health, increases. So instead of, obviously, a simple example, this is way too low, but if they were to have 100 health, 100 HP as the boss when you go in and fight them, they have 100 HP. If you bring in a summon, they may have 120 now, because you're supposed to, or because you have a little bit of help, and just to make it a little more difficult. Also, it's, I say, in my own opinion, it's one of the reasons that, or it's one of the things that helps justifying summoning. It's not something that people should be ashamed of doing. I don't think. There's parts of this game that are just difficult for whatever reason. Some of these bosses that people consider the hardest bosses in the games, other people consider easy, and then and vice versa. So if you have a build, or you're just not used to fighting a particular boss and you need to summon in, go ahead. Solaire's going to help me with this fight. I haven't even started it yet, but these things are also weak to electricity, so I'm going to do that. Walk through this gate and run forward. There will be a cinematic that'll play, blah blah blah, and these sons of bitches are going to come down. Oops. These bosses, you can cut their tails off. If you get behind them and attack them, tails are weapons. These are the guys I want the battle axes for, because you can stun lock the shit out of them. Oh god. Oh. Summoning helps because they take the boss's attention away from you too, so you can actually heal. Oh. Okay, one down. Yeah, his buddy flies in from the rooftops. He likes to blow fire more than anything, especially when the other one's alive. So if you can get up to him, blowing fire is great, because dog, I just attack the shit out of you while you're doing that. But yeah, you want to avoid their fire. Anyway, after that, summon will disappear if you want to. There's a mechanic in the game, I guess you could call it. You can hit... Can I not do it? There you go. Hit the back button. Pull up your gestures. You can do this for your online buddies. Or your regular summons. Typical ones. And you can change them out too. You can find more in the game. I've got every one that I have. You can find more throughout the game. About to find one, actually. Alright, after that, come this way. This is a mandatory part of the game. If you talk to the dickhead at Firelink, he would have mentioned ringing bells. He says one up high, one down low. This, should be obvious, is the one up high. A ring-a-ling-ding. Bell rings. Bell rings, shit happens. Okay. After that, obviously what we want to do next is the one down low. I'm going to need to think about this for a little bit to see if that's what I want to show next. So there's a lot of other things you can do. Here's one thing. If... Well, oh yeah, by the way, partner. Here he is. He wants a hug.
Greetings.
Talk to him.
I am here.
What it just means is that, first of all, you can learn his gesture, which is kind of a cool one. But... Oops. Abandoned covenant. I didn't know I was in a covenant. Oh, okay. I get it. You can come to him to abandon your covenant if for some reason you don't want to go to anybody else. You can buy some shit. Purging stone helps break a curse, which we don't have right now. All that stuff is multiplayer stuff. This is, so if you don't have Xbox Live, don't waste your souls. Or just if you're not interested in playing online at all, don't. This is a miracle item. It's to help used to cast miracles. This particular one scales with intelligence, though. But they do. They. Huh? I thought so. Maybe that one does do sorceries. No, it's for casting miracles. That's what I thought. All right, he's got a couple of rings if you want to buy them. Bleeding resistance, ring of sacrifice, boost poison resistance. That's a good one. The only reason I'd consider these right now is because I have no rings on. And rings obviously just give you more stats, but that's a lot of souls, so I'm not going to do it.
Welcome anytime.
But what he does... yeah, blah, blah, blah. If you attack an NPC that is not hostile towards you at all, and then kill him, you have... I guess you're a sinner or whatever. I don't know how it works, but I think there's some kind of thing where you're put on that list... And people can invade you if you're online, I believe, to like as a spirit of justice or something like that. It's just easier to be invaded because they consider you crazy or whatever. I'm not sure how it works. I don't think it actually works, to be honest with you, especially at this stage of the game. The game is pretty old. There's people playing other stuff. So I want to say you can right now. I can just run down and go to that bonfire because I've cleared most of the rooms. But if you didn't. If you were struggling and you just decided to try to run through and you worked your way here, and you don't want to go through there because you know all those enemies are there with all this soul, here is a useful item. Oops, it's called the Homeward Bone. There's two items that'll do the same sort of thing, one that won't. First one's a dark sign. This will return you to a bonfire, but you lose all of your humanity that you have banked and all of your souls. So we don't want to do that unless you have to or have no souls. Your other one is the Homeward Bone. This will return you to a bonfire, but you won't lose anything. The last one you rested at, so just use this. First of all, let's go ahead. Get some up. I'm just going to keep stacking some strength. Matter of fact, I lied. I'm going to do a little bit of strength, but I need some endurance and some vitality. Okay. First things first. Come down here. This is where your new friend is. He's not a friend at all. He's gonna do something really shitty to you if you don't prevent it. And I'm not sure if I want to, but you saved him, so talk to him. And I'll give you that. Blah, blah, blah. For now, we'll let him do what he's doing. This is a firekeeper. She keeps the fire. If anything happens to her, that fire goes away, and you can't really do anything at it. You can still warp to it, but you can't rest at it and get all the benefits of that. You can't warp from it. There is no fire at that point. But one thing she can do while she's here, reinforce Estus Flask. We use that soul we had, and we make our Estus Flask stronger, essentially. Now it's +1, so now every drink of it heals more. But that's it for now. So let me think. I think that's about all of the Parish stuff I have. One thing I can show you, actually. One thing I will show you. Now that we have those elevators working, there's some shit you can grab. It's not necessary at all, but it's there for you if you want it. Get on one of these elevators. If you miss this on the way up, it's okay. Get it on the way down. Just don't jump too early. Just walk until you come off right here. There's chests down there. See them? You can also jump onto... There's also a riskier jump that I'll even try right now. The roll sometimes works, but it didn't that time. Anyway, we're down here. Some shit in these chests. More Homer bones. That's nice. Shit that I don't need. Morningstar, maybe. I've never used it. Literally never. Cracked eye orb. Those are for invading. Use one of those and invade a buddy. Not a buddy. And invade somebody. This is where you escape. Another chest into the skeleton area. Couple items that may be tempting to you. Get them if you want, but know that you might die. So.